Good morning.
Good morning.
We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
An evolving thing, yes? You are enjoying the expansion of your desire? We have to ask, even though we know you will lie. Well, you know, when you are asking from a place of expecting, that unfulfilled desire feels life-giving. That feeling of anticipation is a good feeling, isn't it? But when the contrast of your life causes you to ask, but you are in a place of not knowing how it will come about, and perhaps not even really believing that it can come about, then that fresh new desire doesn't feel so fresh, does it? Then it's sort of annoying. So we always tease you at the beginning of a gathering like this as we say, are you enjoying the contrast which helps you to know what you don't want, which helps you to know what you do want? That's how all preferences and desires are born. And most physical friends, if they're really speaking what they are feeling, say some version of, we don't think this contrast thing is all that good, because there is so much that I know that I don't want. And even though from knowing what I don't want, I'm able to figure out what it is I do want, since I don't know how to make it happen, it just doesn't feel all that good. So then they say, Abraham, I don't know why you are so excited about this annoying contrast. Wouldn't it have been smarter for us to wait for the world to be more ready for us and then come forth into a nest that was more properly feathered? And we say, we understand how from your place of struggle you want more comfort. And we certainly can understand why you would not want the negative side of contrast, because it's unpleasant, especially in comparison with the positive side of contrast. But that negative, positive side of everything, that which is wanted and opposite of it, is the duality, those are human terms, that causes you, leading edge genius creator that you are, to be able to focus creatively. We so want you to get into the spirit of coming into an environment where the variety causes you to come to preferences or decisions. And we also want you to begin to recognize, since you are primarily vibrational beings, that it is not the words I want or I desire or even I need that you speak that set things into motion for you. It's the vibrational offering. It's a synthesizing of life which makes you come to awarenesses that you would prefer something to be just a little better than it is. And it's not just the speaking human form who are creating. It is every point of consciousness, which means every cell in your body, every insect, every animal, every piece of floral, everything that you are aware of in your environment is having an experience, and on a conscious level, because everything is consciousness, expansion is happening. Every species evolves because every consciousness cannot help but have an awareness of where it stands and an intuitive, instinctive awareness that something could be better a little bit than where it is. So as you stand in your physical environment, just as you knew you would when from your non-physical perspective you made the decision to come forth, you knew that as you stand in your conscious awareness, that the variety that surrounds you would cause you to have personal preferences. And we want you to hear the emphasis of that word personal, because so often you do not understand the importance that you play in the evolution of all that is. So often we meet humans who are diminished in their attitude about self. They seem to believe that they've been sent here on some sort of mission of catching up with something. And we want you to understand that nothing could be more off than that sort of thinking, because you, in your human form, are an extension of that which is source. And that which is source is truly expanding because of the experiences of life that you are living. In fact, you are so intrinsically source energy that you can never separate yourself from that source energy. That consciousness of source flowed into this physical body with you and is ever present with you. So present, in fact, that you in every moment of every day have, if you're feeling for it, an emotional indicator that lets you know how aligned you are from your personal perspective with that source energy part of you. You could say, in the terms that many physical humans would use, God is always within you. And we would take it further if you're wanting to use the God word. We don't use it so much because most people have already made up their mind what they think God is, and we know it to be something quite different from what most people think that it is. But when you think in terms of that God force energy that is within you, we want you to understand that in your moments of elation, in your moments of joy, in your emotions of passion or eagerness, that means that whatever you're focused upon in your human form with your human mind and brain, whatever your personality is involved in that moment, has you offering a vibration that is so harmonious with the vibration of that which is source that there is no resistance in your vibrational patterning, and you are in alignment with that which is your origin, with that which is the source of you, with that which is the eternal part of you. But when you feel anger or fear, when you are depressed, when you feel negative emotion of any kind, those negative emotions that don't feel good to you are your indicator that something that in your human personality form, something that you are focused upon in this moment, has you offering a vibration that is different enough from the vibration of your source that you've set up a pattern of resistance that is keeping you from fully feeling and aligning with and being the extension of source that you really are. So negative emotion always means resisting that which is source. Positive emotion always means alignment or allowing of that which is source. What a good plan, don't you think? You said, in every moment I will be able to feel how far out on the leading edge I am and whether I am utilizing my awareness to combine with that which I am. Now, many would say, so let me get this straight. I was source energy before my birth into this body, pure positive energy. And then I came into human form with all of this stuff going on that could potentially take me off into resistant vibration. And I did that for what reason? Why would I do that? And we say, because you are an expanding being who knows that without opportunity to consider, you cannot come to new and improved conclusions. You know, as the source energy being that you are, that involvement with others and variety will cause you to come to new preferences. And we want you to remember here that your exhilaration about coming forth into this body was supreme because you knew the following things. You knew that you were source energy, and that you knew that a part of that source energy that is you from your non-physical form would project itself into this human personality. You knew that, and you loved the idea of that. You knew it and you loved the idea of it because you knew that the variety that would surround you would cause you to come to new conclusions, and you knew that the new conclusion would summon life force further forward. You knew that it would be an expanding universe, and you knew, you were very wise then, we're wanting to remind you how wise you were and are. You knew that an expanding universe is the only universe that can be. The universe cannot shrink. It cannot become less than. And you also knew that you could not stand still. So you were exhilarated about the idea of exposing yourself to new experiences so that new ideas could be born within you. You were not only knowing that, you were excited about that. You knew with great eagerness the promise of this life experience and what it would mean in terms of overall expansion of all that is. You not only came willingly, you came eagerly. You also knew that when you came forth into this variety of contrast, that knowing what you don't want would cause you to know what you do want. And you knew that even without language, knowing what you do want would send out a request for improvement that you knew source energy, the creator of all worlds, could fulfill. You knew that if you could ask for it, that it would be given. You knew that unequivocally. You knew that because from the vibrational basis that is you knew that when life caused you to ask, that source energy would answer, and you knew that the universe would expand because of your exposure to contrast, and you loved that idea. You loved every bit of it. And you knew that when life caused you to give birth to a new rocket of desire, that the source energy part of you would continue its attention to that rocket of desire, supporting it fully in the way that it supported the creation of this planet to begin with, in the way that it supports the creation of all things that are moving forward. You knew about this support system, and you were eager to get out there on the leading edge, carving the way with your rockets of desire that source would then follow. You loved the idea of that.